Right now, the Madison Public Market project may be in jeopardy. Just a week after holding a first look for community members, how much money is needed for construction?
Also, after seeing an increase in sexual assaults in the state, what the DOJ is recommending in order to crack down on the crimes. And
later, with a special session on childcare planned for tomorrow, we hear from providers on what they need the most going forward. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Thank you for joining us tonight. A bit of rain earlier today made for a rather wet commute.
And temperatures will also be rising over the next few days. Let's check your first warn forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Jacob?
Thanks, Eric. Although it was a wet morning commute, we definitely need the rainfall, and we will take what we get. Here's a look at the rainfall accumulation over the last 24 hours. Madison and areas to the south, as well as areas off to the west, for the most part, saw around a ½ inch to a full inch of rain. The further north you go, though, the less rain you saw. Some parts of our northern area didn't see any rain at all. And right now we are seeing very clear skies. Well, at least very clear in terms of no rainfall. There are a few clouds, but there also is some rain to the south of our area across Iowa and parts of Illinois. And we could see some showers across our area a bit later into the night. So looking at future track, we're not expected to see much, but a few showers could pop up in the southern portion of our area right along the Illinois border. But the majority of our region will stay dry throughout the rest of tonight and tomorrow. Looking at the current temperatures, we are seeing a current temperature of 68 in Madison, 70s off to the west, lower 60s closer to the lake. This evening will be pretty pleasant for the most part, maybe a bit chilly at times, but we also are going to see the clouds increase as we do have that chance of some light showers overnight. But low temperatures tonight are going to be fairly mild with lows around 60, and we are going to see warm temperatures along with several chances of rain to end the week. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up later in the show.
The Madison Public Market has been trying to find a home for over a decade, and after an open house held last week, there was optimism they would finally have one.
But after all the construction bids came in over budget, there's still work to do. Jalen Banks joins us now on what the next steps are for the Madison Public Market and how local vendors are responding. Jalen.
The project seems to have hit another speed bump this week and could end up being over budget. I was able to catch up with one local vendor what the Madison Public Market means to them.
A home. That's what the Madison Public Market has been searching for 15 years now.
When we have a project of this magnitude and the different industry challenges with materials and supplies and things like that, we often can see different numbers kind of come in this way.
As of July, the estimated budget for the project was $12.5 million. But after the project went out to bid, the lowest offer was $1.6 million higher than what was budgeted. That means the city will have to approve that higher expense. But the engineering department says this is all a part of the process.
I don't think it's fair to say we're concerned. I think we have to go through the process. So that's standard in construction.
Despite a certain level of uncertainty, the public market still remains a beacon of optimism for local vendors.
Madison Public Market represents dreams. It represents an opportunity for people of diverse culture.
Josie Chu, a local business owner and vendor, remains hopeful the market will come to fruition.
I know that there are many smart people in the city with the foundations. All these smart people can come together and look through our wish list again.
More meetings on the public market project will be held in the coming weeks, including potential meetings on October 4th, 5th, 9th, and 17th. For a full breakdown of what each meeting will consist of, you can go to our website at channel3000.com.
And Jalen, thank you. The Wisconsin DOJ offering new guidance to help those who work with survivors of sexual assault. The recommendations come from the Justice Department's Office of Crime Victim Services. They recommend helping survivors through a victim-centered response structure, recognizing the victim's trauma and prioritizing their well-being.
A victim-centered approach, which is the approach that we take at DOJ and support throughout the state, prioritizes the safety, privacy, self-determination, and well-being of survivors. It acknowledges that justice is served and only served when victims are listened to, believed, taken seriously, and their input into the criminal justice system is valued and respected.
Now, if you or someone you know has been a victim of rape or sexual assault, there are resources available. The RCC Sexual Violence Resource Center in Madison has a 24-hour hotline. That number is 608 888-251-7273.
A Florida man is in the Grant County Jail for stabbing another man over the weekend. The incident happened in rural Platteville. Officials say two men from Florida got into an argument in the 5500 block of Southwest Road in Platteville Township Sunday morning. One of the men allegedly stabbed and cut the other multiple times. A 45-year-old man from Orlando was arrested in connection with the stabbing. No word on the condition of the man who was stabbed. We've heard about childcare deserts around the state, but when providers are few and far between, those deserts can turn into childcare Saharas.
Yeah, that's what lawmakers are being asked to tackle in the state capitol during a special session tomorrow. But what do childcare providers actually need? Political reporter Will Keneally has more from Richland County.
Tomorrow, we will see a special session of the state legislature to tackle the issue of childcare. So we asked childcare providers out here in rural Wisconsin what they are hoping to see.
For the longest time, there were no group childcare facilities in the entire county. That has changed now in the last 18 months.
But Daniel Lewig, a local Lutheran pastor, renovated an old school north of Richland Center into a childcare facility. He says it was desperately needed.
This is such an important issue that you need to go put eyes on it. It is important to, like what the secretary was doing here, to come and see what places are doing.
The state secretary for Children and Families toured Lewig's rural Wisconsin Child Care Center this week.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh. There is a child care desert out here, which means there are just not enough spots for families who need them.
This was part of a series of tours the secretary is doing ahead of Wednesday's legislative special session on childcare.
And I would love to see legislators take up the package. Child Care Counts has been such a lifeline for child care providers and families across the state.
That Child Care Counts funding is something the governor has been pushing for, but Republicans are unlikely to spend more money on the proposal. They have released their own child care package that focuses more on changes to regulation.
This is one of the top three issues that you're going to find for the average person with a young family. It's going to be about housing. It's going to be about where do I work? And it's a quality place that will be good for my kid, that gives me peace of mind.
News 3 Now is the first to break the news of tomorrow's special session, and we will have full coverage throughout the day. Reporting from Richland County, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
3 people are being appointed to open spots on the Dane County Board of Supervisors today. They are Jay Brower, Chad Kemp, and Stephen Peters. Brower would represent District 13, Kemp District 32, and Peters District 9. The county board will consider the appointments tomorrow. If approved, all 3 would serve through the end of the 2022-24 county board term.
In less than a half hour, the Madison City Council will decide whether miniature pigs can be allowed to be kept as pets within the city limits. That issue's become a hot button issue after a couple of pet pig owners were told they couldn't keep their precious pigs. According to a city ordinance, no one can own any kind of pig within the city limits of Madison. But now an alder has introduced an amendment to allow miniature pigs. And coming up on News 3 Now at 10, we'll have the very latest from this meeting and if the pigs can stay.
Well, today is National Voter Registration Day, and the city of Beloit is trying to get as many eligible people registered as possible. This is the nation's biggest nonpartisan civic holiday dedicated to getting every eligible American registered to vote for their next election. In 2020, more than 13,000 voters cast ballots in the city of Beloit. About 45% of eligible voters in Beloit have not registered to vote.
You hear people complaining all the time about how bad things are in a certain way, but then if you ask them if they vote, oh no, they didn't. So if you really want to voice yourself, your vote is your voice. Bottom line.
You can register to vote in person at City Hall, through the mail, online at myvote.wi.gov, or at your polling place on Election Day. And don't forget your Wisconsin ID and something that has proof of address.
With harvest season starting up for farmers, Wisconsin drivers will be seeing more farm vehicles on our roads, and that's why the DOT wants you to be careful while you're sharing the road. The department says there were 134 reported crashes involving farm vehicles last year alone. Drivers need to be aware of their surroundings and slow down anytime they see one of those slow-moving farm vehicles. It is against state law to pass any farm vehicle in a no-passing zone. Farmers can protect themselves by following lighting and marking requirements for their vehicles.
We have a traffic alert for those in Middleton. The intersection of High Road and Bellefontaine Boulevard will temporarily close from tomorrow to Friday. Crews will work to connect utility services to the Red Tail Ridge subdivision, which is currently under construction. So drivers heading north on High Road should detour by taking Caneel Trail to Misty Valley Drive, then turn right on Calapass, continuing on to Feather Lane, then turning right onto Charis Trail. Now, those heading south should also take this path, but in reverse. Okay, coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the Coats for Kids campaign gets another big bump in donations. Where we stand today.
Plus, an updated COVID vaccine is now out as the CDC is seeing a rise in cases. What health experts are saying about the latest guidelines. Stay with us.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Did you get hit with big energy bills this summer? You aren't alone, and we want to help. Because if your house was hot this summer, it's going to be cold this winter, and heating and cooling is by far the biggest energy user in your home. That's why our foam insulation is such a great investment. Our best offer of the year just ended August 31st. But to help you get ready for winter, we're going to extend it until September 22nd. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of George. Loved by many, feared by walleye. As part of his fishing-themed celebration, everyone in attendance accepted one of his favorite lures. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer, or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 2.1% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
This month, all COREtec water-resistant flooring is on sale at Surgenians. We offer the largest COREtec selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
COVID-19 vaccination rates are lagging behind vaccination rates for the flu. According to the CDC, only 21% of U.S. adults got a bivalent booster. That was the last version available before the FDA authorized the updated COVID vaccine this month. For kids, only 8% of everyone under 18 got the shot. Earlier today on Live at 4, UW Health's Dr. Bill Hartman says you don't need the bivalent booster to get the updated vaccine. He also talked about who should be prioritizing this new shot.
So the elderly people that are living in nursing homes, and people who are immune compromised. And so people who can't fight off the infection as well on their own. And so I think that these people, it's really a priority for. Everyone else is probably a good idea for.
There is some good news. Virus levels are starting to go back down in parts of the country, especially the South, and the speed of increase is starting to slow nationwide.
Coats for Kids campaign nearing its first 1,000 coats thanks to a big jump in donations. Our new total sits at 879 child-sized coats. And remember, if you have a coat you no longer need, all you have to do is take it to any Clinky Cleaners location by October 7th. They'll clean it up for free, send it over to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County for distribution. You can also buy a coat off the club's Amazon wish list. We have a link to that at channel3000.com/Coats for Kids. When we come back, a new way Marcus Theaters is offering customers to experience movies.
Plus, some state lawmakers are looking to shred a current law that's been grind on skateboarders. Why they say the current law is outdated.
We may see a little rain before the end of the week. Jacob has a complete forecast after the break.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh Hy-Vee chicken breasts, just $1.88 a pound. Jack's Pizza, just $2.77. And Hy-Vee chili style or kidney beans, 2 for just 98 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for fall. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
The Buy More, Save More sale is back at Steinhoffels. The more you buy, the more you save on the area's largest selection of furniture and mattresses. Take an extra $100 off when you spend $19.99, $200 off when you spend $29.99, or take $300 off when you spend $39.99 or more. And make your new room more affordable with Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. The Buy More, Save More sale, only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are 6-pack Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Cheez-It crackers, just $2.48. And Colorado peaches, just $1.88 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Violators may not always get a ticket for it, but did you know skateboarding on a public roadway is illegal in Wisconsin?
Tahlil Mohideen shares why some Wisconsin lawmakers are hoping to change that.
Gliding through the half pipes, rails, and ramps is where Braylon Digg likes to let loose.
I like the fact that there's always things to improve on. I like the endless amount of tricks that you can do. Possibilities.
But if Diggs were to try and venture out on his board in the street, even in a bike lane, he would risk getting a ticket. A not so gnarly prospect.
That doesn't make too much sense to me. I don't understand why it would be illegal, especially nowadays with skateboarding getting bigger.
I mean, it was one of those where I was like, really?
State Senator Chris Larson is hoping to change that.
This is a bill basically to legalize skateboarding across the state of Wisconsin.
Right now, skateboards are considered play vehicles, only allowed on the street if they're in a crosswalk.
Alongside things like roller skates or unicycles. This bill would take them out of that category.
It's just outdated. It's just outdated for the most part.
Larson says the primary concern about the current law is that it's not enforced equally across the state and doesn't consider communities that don't have reasonable access to a skate park.
In some cases, this is kind of an excuse that police will use to be able to intervene and stop kids who are otherwise just going about their day. And in some cases, adults who like to skateboard too.
If passed, the bill would treat skateboards the way we do inline skates and leave it up to local jurisdictions to decide. Larson said it's a proposal that's already gotten bipartisan support, so he's hopeful they'll stick the landing.
That was Tahlil Mohideen reporting. Marcus Theaters making the big screen even bigger. The company says it's debuting its Screen X at theaters here in Wisconsin. The 270-degree panoramic viewing experience will first open September 29th at the Marcus Ridge Cinema. That's in New Berlin. The theater will show select scenes from movies on both the left and right side of the theater. If you're interested in checking it out, the New Berlin Theater is showing a special preview showing of The Nun 2 on Screen X until Thursday. No word if or when other Wisconsin Marcus theaters will get the Screen X treatment. Warmer temps on their way. Jacob now with a complete forecast.
Thanks, Eric. Here are the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week. We have a chance of some showers later tonight and early tomorrow morning, but most of the rain will be in the far southern portion of the state near the border of Illinois. We also are going to see some pretty warm temperatures as highs will approach 80 degrees, if not exceed 80 degrees at times. But we also have several chances of rainfall, not just to end this week, but begin next week as well. So let me take you through Futurecast. Right now, we are seeing clear skies, and other than the chance of rain tonight and early tomorrow, we're not expected to see a ton of rain for about the next 48 hours. But Thursday night into early Friday morning is when we will see more consistent rain move into our area, and this rain may continue into the day on Friday before we get a brief break before another round of rain possibly enters our area Friday into early Saturday. Once again, Saturday afternoon looks like we will get a break from the rain, but then as we get into Sunday evening and overnight, this is where a big question mark kind of arrives, because there's a lot of rain expected, especially out in Iowa and Minnesota. Now, some models have been pushing the rain into our area, but then also pushing it back. So the models are kind of going back and forth between the rainfall. It does look like, in general, the further west you're located, the more rain you will see in this time frame. Once again, this is Saturday evening into Sunday morning. But by the time we get to the day on Sunday, especially by Sunday afternoon, we are expected to see more showers move into our area. And there's also a chance that Saturday evening, some of those storms could be severe. By the time we get to Monday, we are going to be cooler, and the rain will kind of just linger around our area until early on Tuesday. So here's a look at the precipitation for the next 7 days. It is going to be, there's going to be a lot of rain out in Iowa, where over 2 inches of rain is possible. And for our area, once again, the further west you're located, the more rain you will see over the next 7 days. But in general, just be prepared for the rainfall. It's going to be on and off. And even though there's a lot of chances of rain, there's also going to be some dry periods as well. So for temperatures, we'll see lows around 60 tonight. So it is going to be a fairly mild night. And then tomorrow, we are going to be pretty warm, especially considering we haven't seen the 80s since the beginning of the month. And we could possibly see the 80s tomorrow with highs right around that. But despite the warm temperatures, we actually are going to see quite a bit of cloud cover tomorrow. Now, by the time we get to Thursday, still going to see the cloud cover, but temperatures will be a little bit cooler with highs in the mid-70s, and we do have a slight chance of rain on Thursday, but really the widespread rain will enter our area late Thursday and into Friday. So even though it shows rain from Friday through Monday, as I mentioned, there will be plenty of dry periods, and the forecast I just showed you is definitely subject to change a little bit. Now, the rain is still expected, but the timing and the specific details of it could definitely change. So if you have any weekend plans, definitely stay updated. It does look like Saturday afternoon will be dry, but it looks like the best chance of rain will be on Sunday afternoon. So unfortunately, if you do have plans, we might see quite a bit of rain on that day. But the temperatures are also going to cool down after the rainfall. And after Monday, which it looks like the last chance of rain with maybe a little chance on Tuesday, we are looking a little bit dry for the following days afterwards.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin hockey starting the year where they finished. The latest poll that has UW #1 is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
It's looking a little spooky out there.
You keep me in stitches.
Spectacular savings await at Menards with 11% off all Halloween decor.
Save big money at Menards.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail, A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings, whatever the season.
Oftentimes, we've heard those ideas of what we cannot do. My Thriving Financial Advisor gave me the tools to say I can.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
Students and staff at a local high school put down the books for a day of volunteering.
Tomorrow, I'm in the 608 to check out the mission behind Edgewood in the community.
And we have some summer-like temperatures the next couple of days. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
Every year, it seems the expectations for the Badger women's hockey team are to win it all, and this year is no different. Mark Johnson's squad not only picked to win the WCHA, but enter the season where they ended on top. The Badgers sit #1 in the USA Hockey preseason poll ahead of Ohio State and Minnesota. UW opens the year next Thursday against Lindenwood. Now, normally when somebody has surgery, they're asleep. That wasn't the case for Caroline Crawford. Last season, the Badger middle blocker broke her pinky and watched it get repaired. I went one-on-one with Crawford to find out why.
Your finger, back in November, you shattered it, had to have surgery. Did that kind of give you an inside look to maybe what your future could be?
Yeah, it was really cool. So all I had was a little like nerve calming medicine to put a nerve block in because I stuck like a giant needle in my neck to numb my arm. And then I got wheeled into the OR and I had no anesthesia, so like I could see everyone, I could talk to everyone. I even remember the music that was playing. It was like 70s classic, like what I used to listen to with my dad. And I remember like they had like a giant tarp up to keep like germs away, and he like lifted it down and showed me my pinky. And it was crazy because like you don't think it's your actual hand because your entire body's numb, so it's almost kind of like an out-of-body experience, but it was really cool.
So why? Like, why did you want to do that?
Not a lot of people get to say they sat in on their own surgery, and at that time I really wanted to go to med school, so I was like, I can also add this to my application. Like, this is really cool and a cool experience.
Wide awake, watching the surgery happen. What did your family think? What did your teammates say about this whole thing?
My teammates thought I was crazy. My family thought I was a little crazy as well. They were afraid that I would freak out in the OR, but I was completely fine. Even the doctor said I was I was asking numerous questions and very curious.
So the hand's 100% healthy.
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to for this season?
I'm really excited because our team's really good this year. I feel like we mesh really well. We have a lot of talent, and we get along really well. It's almost like a sisterhood.
I probably would have passed out.
I don't think I could handle it. Let's go to Jacob. Quick final check.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of on and off rainfall over the next 7 days. We also are going to see warm temperatures, with the warmest day being tomorrow.
And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.